ZIYECH and MAZRAOUI have let Halilhodzic phone call ring straight to voicemail because they've rejected the call-ups to play Congo. Welcome back to another video on my channel. I hope everyone's doing good, everyone's doing well. Today we've got another FIFA World Cup qualifying playoff squad announcement video talking about the Moroccan national team. Now, if we put our rivalry and our banter aside, they do actually have some top players in their national team. They're just not in this squad because ZIYECH and MAZRAOUI decided not to play for Morocco again. Anyway, so these are the group of players that are going to face DR Congo home and away under Vahid Halilhodzic. Now, we as Algerians know Halilhodzic very, very well. We've seen what he can do at a World Cup. Of course, he took Algeria to the last 16. He's got experience of playing these World Cup playoffs when he beat Burkina Faso on away goals to get Algeria to the World Cup in Brazil. A very experienced manager. But do these players have what it takes to get Morocco to the World Cup? Well, let's find out. Let's go through the Moroccan squad to play Congo. So again, they've got three goalkeepers, but we all know that it will be Yassine Bounou in goal for Morocco, the goalkeeper for Sevilla. Now, there's actually quite a few players from Sevilla in this squad. If I've timed this right, the next video you see on this channel is me actually watching Sevilla. So inshallah that works out. Anyway, Yassine Bounou will be the goalkeeper for these games. The other two goalkeepers are there as backup. So Bounou in goal, pretty solid to be fair, good goalkeeper. Played in the Champions League this season but went out in the group stage. Defenders, you've got Saïss. I think Saïss is underrated. I think Saïss is a good player. Good defending ability and good passing ability as well. Aguer Shakla. And of course you've also got players like Achraf Hakimi. Now Hakimi, when Morocco get a free kick, it's almost like a penalty. Because, you know, Hakimi has a great chance of sticking it in the back of the net. We saw it at AFCON a couple of times. So I think Hakimi is a very good choice. Messina, like, they've got Messina and Luzer in here, the two players from Watford. I'm not feeling confident if you've got two players from Watford. Watford have been horrendous this season. They've been awful. Barely kept any clean sheets. So I wouldn't get too excited about Messina and Luzer in the midfield. But I certainly think Saïss and Hakimi are very solid places in this defence. So Hakimi's going to have a huge part to play in this World Cup qualifier. And then you've got the midfield. You've got Sofiane Amrabat, Faisal Fajr. You've got, you know, Luzer, who we talked about. You've got Amala, who was linked to with Tottenham, I think. You've got Ilias Chayer. Now, Chayer, I think, the guy at QPR, underrated at QPR. Sort of reminds me a little bit of Adel Taarabt. Remember Taarabt back in the day? He's still around, by the way. But, of course, he was at QPR as well. You know, very similar to me when I see Chayer play. So, I think he's a good player. I think he's underrated. I don't think he's utilised as much as he could be under Morocco. Of course, not having ZIYECH is a massive blow for this team. Whatever you think of him as a Moroccan or a non-Moroccan, he would rather play for Chelsea. So he's picked club over country, which is a real shame. And then you've got the attack. Now again, Sofiane Boufal, probably Morocco's best attacker at the AFCON. So Boufal's a good player that Congo need to watch, very skillful. We saw what he did in the Premier League with Southampton. You've got Mounir El Haddadi, who was Spanish for a few months and then decided to be Moroccan. You've got En-Nesyri. El Kaabi knows the African continent well. I think En-Nesyri is a very good striker. Saw Mounir's goal against West Ham in the first leg. Brilliant, well-worked goal. Sort of the big talking point there, new name here, is the lad from Barcelona. Now, this guy didn't want to go to AFCON. He wanted to focus on playing for Barca. Now, then Barca, during AFCON, decided to buy Aubameyang, Ferran Torres and Adama Traore, Ezzalzouli, out of that Barca team. Now I'm happy to go and play for Morocco. So Ezzalzouli, the young winger for Barcelona, is in this squad. That's sort of the big name to manage to get on board. I think they'll get a lot more names if they do make it to the World Cup. But fair play to Morocco. This is what we need to do. They've gone to Barca and they've got a player on board, Ezzalzouli. That's massive for them. It's, you know, not just for these World Cup qualifiers, but for the next 8 to 10 years, he's going to be a big part of Moroccan football. So Ezzalzouli, remember that name for future years to come. Whether or not he starts will be a big call by Vahid, but he's got to get him capped. So he will feature at some point over the two legs. And I think if Congo see a Barcelona winger suddenly in the team sheet, they might get a little bit scared. So what do the Congolese think about this Morocco squad? Are they worried? I'm sure they're happy ZIYECH isn't here. You know, they've got some good players. They've got Bonu Saiz, Hakimi, he's a good player. I really like the lad Amrabat. I think Bouffal's good. Ezzalzouli, Munir and Nasiri. Even El Kabi I like. So that is the Morocco squad. Let me know your thoughts on the squad down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more and I will see you next time.